What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 314 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 80 of the big 80 of Monday Night Fusion, or should I say Tuesday Night Fusion, for this week as I had to delay the show. Then I'm sorry I delayed again. I had quite the encounter about an hour ago. You see, imagine you're a little dashing, and you just woke up, you have yourself a little breakfast. You go in the bathroom, you clean your ears, you brush your teeth, all right, and then you step into the shower, and then there's just a giant spider chilling on the curtain, okay? And I think the only person who can say they're a bigger arachnophobe is Tim here in CMV, who can't even play video games with spiders in it. So the next half an hour was just me trying to chase the spider and kill it. So that's a large part of why I was late. Terrified. My nightmare came to life. But we are here. I survived that traumatic experience as we are going to get the show underway with my personal favorite, okay? I'll admit it. I'm biased sometimes. I'm a human being, okay? Travis motherfucking King. Of course I killed it. I actually set it on fire because, well, those of you who have the showers with like the glass sliding doors, you won't know, but if you have the shower that has like a curtain, and then there's those little rings that hold the curtains up, there's like a crevice in my ring, so the spider was running all around, and it crawled into the crevice, so I had to get my lighter. I actually had to get out of the shower, go grab the lighter, and then burn it out of there. It was a whole experience. It wasn't fun for me. I spent the entire showers looking all around for other spiders. Look at it, throw it outside. Throw it into the pits of hell. Disgusting. If I had the power right now to just make all spiders disappear from the face of the earth, I 100% would. I don't care other countries that eat them for food and nutrients. I don't care about them. It's all about me. I'll do it for me and Tim. But let's get started. No more spider talk. It is Monday Night Fusion as we are getting things underway with a Cyborg Invitational match. We just saw Travis King make his way to the ring, and here's his opponent, Jaquan Shea. And before Jaquan Shea came out here, we actually have a tweet from him. He said, "So Travis King, congratulations on being unbeaten and good luck with tonight's match." What up, Dynamic? I hate all insects. So Jaquan Shea showing some sportsmanship to Travis King there via that tweet. I'm sure Travis King isn't going to show him that same level of respect. As Jaquan said, Travis King is currently undefeated since his career here in CMV started some 3 months ago. Both these men currently 1-0 in the Invitational. As this one gets underway. Sorry, I'm fucking something on my lips like a hair or something. Just not my day today. As Travis King gets back up, jawbreaker. These two actually got to feel each other out a little bit on last week's Fusion as King with a classic offense, that pile driver, in a fatal four-way match. They were joined by Salvi and Andrew Briggs, who will actually go one-on-one later on tonight in their own invitational matchup. Travis King would get the victory in that four-way. Was certainly a test for his undefeated streak to be put in a fatal four-way, but he prevailed. I believe he pinned Andrew Briggs, if I remember correctly. Travis King is poised to take on Sarasi this Sunday, guys, at Emergence. Still going to be this Sunday, even though I missed yesterday. This is technically Tuesday Night Fusion. Reality Wrestling will still be Thursday morning. Genesis still Friday, and indeedly do. Emergence will be on Sunday, a stat card. But the two men, well, Sarasi, we know, currently has the lead in the Invitational at 3-0. So Travis King hoping to remain undefeated, take down Shea here, head into Emergence, and knock Sarasi off first, take it for himself. Of course, we're going to see Sarasi in our main event. Look at that slingshot spear! Beautifully done by King. Our main event, going to see for the first time ever, guys, Chris Andrews making history yet again as he is the solo holder of the CMV Fusion Tag Team titles. And tonight he's going to be taking on Tyson Cage and Sarasi in a handicap match. We'll get into exactly why Chris Andrews is the holder of those two titles, what happened to his partner a little bit later on as we get closer, but certainly going to be something to see as Jaquan Shea locking in my favorite submission, that armbar leg lock combination. Travis King not going to tap, though. Breaking out of that one. Jaquan Shea currently undefeated in the Invitational, only 1-0. I believe he, it was Jamari Williams he beat last month, his former tag team partner, to get that point. And we know that Jamari is Phoenix Splash! Which is a maneuver that Travis King likes to use from time to time. He does it off the top rope, though. There's middle rope there by Shea. Jamari is dead last in the Invitational at 0-4. J-Dub now with no chance to finish in first and get the undisputed championship shot that the winner does, but I don't even know if he can honestly finish second or third at this point. Jamari's still got 3 matches to go. I guess we'll see how he fares as King gonna drop Jaquan with that reverse DDT out of a fireman's carry. Don't know what Jaquan was going for there, but King, I know what he's going for here. That spinning Euro uppercut. And the perfect specimen, as he calls himself, Travis King, now just circling Jaquan Shea. He's like a shark smelling blood in the water. I was about to say he's like a blood smelling shark in the water. He's like a blood, as now King has Jaquan in his line of sight. Up onto the shoulders, he calls this checkmate. This is what's kept him undefeated. Will this be enough? Into the pin. 1, 2, 3, it does. Travis King now 2-0 as Jaquan Shea drops to 1-1, pretty much null. Now tied with Andrew Briggs, but that won't be for long. Briggs has his own invitational match later on tonight against Salvi. So we'll see if Briggs can bounce up a point or if he'll end up going negative. As there's the finish, checkmate by Travis King. Keeps him undefeated now 2-0. This Sunday at Emergence, he'll stand face-to-face with Sarasi, a chance to take the lead in the Invitational if he can knock off the Masked Man. What up, Suntan? Oh, God, what is up? Yeah, they took away the fucking live thing and the viewer thing now. They just keep taking away from Twitch. I can't even see how many. Well, I can on my phone, but it was better when it was on the screen there and at least let me know that I was live. Now I got to keep looking over at my phone. They're just trying to make people not want to stream with Twitch anymore. Just beam, 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 beam. Use beam. Ew. Hitbox. That's worse than me. Everything that's not Twitch is worse. I actually remember for 2K15, I used to complain all the time if they added something else besides Twitch to Xbox to use to stream. I would be right on that. But then they brought Beam and I tried it and it was disgusting. And Twitch is heads and tail better. Not anymore though, without the chat. I just hate this system. As we get another tweet from Jaquan Shea here after his loss. He says, damn, looks like I now only have a 50-50 chance of winning the Invitational, but congratulations to King. Again, showing respect to the man who just defeated him. But indeed, Jaquan can't give up. He's 1-1, which means he's pretty much null now. His win cancels out his loss, so he's still got a chance to, and maybe not place first, but get second, a mid-card title shot, or third, a tag title shot. We know the guys get who come in second and third. Yes, they do. Indeed, this Sunday at Emergence, they're going to be getting it. Azrael and Sean Kent right there on the left. You can see known as Fatal Decision. The former Fusion Tag Team Champions lost their belts last month in a defense against Chris Andrews and Paul Devine. But as I touched on during the first matchup there, Devine, after losing the shock of the century against Reese Matthews, student versus teacher, Matthews upsetting Devine to capture the Undisputed Championship. Devine came out here at the top of the show, throwing his half of the tag team titles on the ground and saying that he's sick of being pushed down. He's not going to have any of Andrews BS. He never wanted to team with Andrews. And that is not his tag team title. He says he only teams with one man, and that's who we all know, his brother Quantum, Blizzard, Omega Z, whatever you want to call him. Devine saying it doesn't matter. They can keep pushing him down and down and down. He'll just fight his way back up, fight his way back to the Undisputed Championship. But indeed, he pretty much vacated his half of the Fusion Tag Team titles. But Chris Andrews in an interview said he doesn't need a partner. He never needed Devine in the first place. And so Andrews making history, becoming the first man ever in CMV to hold the tag team titles on his own. And we're going to see how he fares in that situation later on in our main event, when he takes on the undefeated team of Tyson Cage and Sarasi in a handicap match, and he'll have to defend the Fusion Tag Team titles against those two men right there, Sean Kent and Azrael, this Sunday at the special event Emergence with the titles on the line. Yo, what up, J-Rod? No, you're just in time, my friend. Because here they come. MJ Warrior in the background as Bloody Justice leads the way down to the ring. We haven't seen Warrior's Justice on Fusion in a good while. They honestly started off the season pretty strong. Defeated the Blood Brothers when they were still the tag team champions. Went on a bit of a winning streak. Lately, they've been getting lost in the shuffle. Bloody Justice been competing in singles matches, mostly on live events and the like. But tonight they have a big opportunity to knock off the number one contenders, the former champions, in Fatal Decision. Azrael and Sean Kent need all the momentum they can get. Surely the majority of the CM universe, and they themselves have to be thinking they're going to have Andrews, 2-on-1. The advantage has got to be in their corner. If you're a betting man, you're probably going to vote for him. But Andrews, the Bloody Brit, is one of a kind, baby. If anybody can whoop some ass 2v1, carry both them titles into Emergence and walk out the same way, then it is indeed him. But remember, that fucking Andrews is still the number one contender to the Undisputed Championship. He's still going to be getting his World Championship shot at Homecoming in just 3 weeks' time, our final pay-per-view of the year. But of course, now with Reese Matthews upsetting Paul Devine last week to capture the championship, Devine has his rematch clause, and we now know that Reese will be defending the title this Sunday at Emergence against his former New Gods brethren and Mike Crimson. Reese Matthews certainly shocked, to say the least, at the response from his former New God stablemates. Mike Crimson saying he stabbed Devine in the back. Devine himself saying that Reese is a fluke champion. He got lucky in a match he didn't deserve. Whoa! Azrael with that armbar, though. I haven't seen that animation before. That was slick, but MJ Warrior going to be able to survive it there. We'll talk about that monumental victory for Reese Matthews a little bit later on tonight when he debuts as the champion. He takes on Dmitry Nurmagomedov, spinning back elbow there by Warrior. Azrael hoisting MJ Warrior up onto his shoulders. MJ Warrior going to be able to escape now. Fireman's carry position as he goes for a flapjack. I'm a big fan now. Still to come tonight, guys. Like I said, Chris Andrews in the main event, all on his own. No Divine to back him up. Chris Andrews says he doesn't need Divine, though. He takes on the undefeated team of Tyson Cage and Sarasi. We've also got more invitational action. Salvi will take on Andrew Briggs. Cover here by Bloody Justice after that drop to hold elbow combo. Sean Kent can make the save. They cannot afford a loss heading into emergence. Like I said, they got a huge advantage as it will be 2-on-1, but still can't count Andrews out as Bloody Justice now the legal man. Goes for a scoop slam, drops down behind us. Ken do a neck breaker. We're also going to see the return in ring of Dallas Chandler as he takes on the real #1 Baba Baby in Shanaz Andoni. I'm looking forward to that. The Fusion debut of Brendan X as well. He'll be taking on Troy Myers. Lion salt by Sean Kent there. Doesn't go for the pin though, as now Kent going to go to the top rope, or he's trying to at least. Kent gonna go for a moon stomp. That looked like instead takes a, I don't know, what was that, a chop to the back of the neck? That kind of looked deadly. Of course, Sean showcases more of an agile, high-flying type moveset than his brother, the legendary Ryan Kent of Genesis, more of a powerhouse and a brawler. As Sean gonna bring Bloody Justice to a vertical base. Looks like he was going for shades of Ryan with the code breaker, but Justice gonna dodge it. Now a couple of back elbows as he closes the distance. Last call position here as he nearly toss him out. Oh no, Kent dropping down behind. That last second clutch though, and now the knees driven into his spine before he drops him with a reverse DDT. Fatal Decision first capturing the Fusion Tag Team titles back at Regicide in the Turmoil match. We're able to retain them at Wildcard against the team of Crow and Adam Adams. Another lion salt there, but then in a sudden defense announced a couple of weeks ago against Chris Andrews and Paul Devine. They just couldn't get the job done. As here comes this combination from Kent we've come to expect. A couple of kicks to the chest as a spinning soul going to crack a rib. And Kent wasting no time, brings Bloody Justice to his feet, going to try to put him in the corner for the boot of doom, but BJ wants none of it. Trying to stay in it, Kent's not having it. Punch to the back of the head, Irish whip to the corner. Kent cautiously approaching him, tag into Azrael. And here we go. The bow off the ropes, boot to the temple into the flapjack. Will this be enough to get the win? 1, 2, 3, and Fatal Decision grabbed the victory. Sean Kent with a backstabber to MJ Warrior to stop him from making the save. Great win for Fatal Decision as they look to become two-time champions this Sunday. Sky. Sorry about that. I was distracted for a moment. Great win for Fatal Decision. Momentum picked up. They will take on Chris Andrews this Sunday, a handicap match for the Fusion Tag Team titles. We'll see if Andrews can get the job done when he's on his own a little bit later on in our main event, when he battles the undefeated team of Tyson Cage and Sarasi. We know Sarasi has his own date set for emergence in a invitational match against Travis King. A battle for the lead. I can't wait for that one. Two men who have been dominating the invitation are going to go at it. But wait, Maury, where's your obligatory Brandon X, that's my boy. It's not the same without it. Fatal Decision got the victory, Hellish. But indeed, up next, we are going to see the Fusion debut of one Brandon X. One of the few most recent signees to the Fusion roster. We got a couple. Excited to see the debut of Arthur Rose. Going to be on next week's show. Or maybe tonight if, I don't think Kinsel's in the chat, but maybe somebody could choose him for that winter match. But either way, we will see him next week on Fusion. Brandon X actually having his first matchup in CMV last week at a live event against Razor Windu, winning via disqualification. Brandon X had the advantage. Razor Windu exited the ring, grabbed I think it was a sledgehammer, or maybe a steel chair. Either way, he attacked him with a weapon, got the disqualification. That's the third time Razor's done this season. Has been losing, so he got himself disqualified. Seems to be a game plan for the domestic terrorist. Yes, that's Kinsel, Tim. As here he comes on the big stage. CMV's flagship show. Brandon X looking to impress. He didn't get to showcase his abilities too much last week because Windu just got himself DQ'd pretty early on. Certainly doesn't have himself a walk in the park, though. Troy Myers ain't looking to put over that young talent, son. Troy Myers still a young talent himself. This season really been Troy's season. Not the past couple of weeks. It's really been like a roller coaster for Troy this season. He started off really strong with wins over the likes of Billy Weaver and Bannon. Then he started losing. Went on like a month and a half losing streak. Then he like went undefeated for 2 months. And now these past few weeks again, he hasn't been able to get himself a victory. So we'll see if he gets out that golden shovel, if he's going to be stuck with the broken spork. Brandon X awaits the arrival of the one and only, self-proclaimed, ultimate jobber, the undisputed future, ladies and gentlemen. It is Troy Myers. And he is amped up and ready to go. He's got that beanie club. He's rocking it. Troy is amped and the fans love it. We're already at the third match of the evening here. I can't tell how much time we've been up either. I actually like that feature on that little panel they had. I don't know why they took that away. Real dumb. But can't be more than, I don't even like, I feel like it's not even 25 minutes yet. We're already in the third match. And so here comes Troy Myers. I'm high. Does this have the win? What, Mari? Are you okay? Are you high? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our next matchup of the evening, the Fusion debut of Brandon X. Gonna square off against Troy Myers. Can go one of two ways. Troy gonna keep up his lackluster luck he's been having these past few weeks, or he's gonna bounce back and bury some young talent. Trying to see what that tattoo says on the side of X there. I can't really, oh my God, starting things off strong with an electric chair driver. That's one way to get things underway. My goodness. As Brandon X now going to draw the 10 count. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to flick the sweat from his hair down to the face of Troy Myers before dropping the 10th elbow. Man, Troy really not starting strong here. Getting caught up with some nasty offense now. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Mushroom stomp by Brandon X. Oh, are you loving this kid? Like I said, we didn't get to see too much of him in his debut last week because Windu got disqualified so early on. But man, but I must die. Jeez Louise, grabbing him by that chrome dome. Troy Myers, though, nice short arm shoulder block and a chop down the newcomer. Try to quell that offense for a moment, catch his breath. Knee to the chest by X. Kind of looks like they could be a tag team with these matching attires, but We know that Troy doesn't exactly play well with others. He had that tag match a couple of weeks ago on Fusion and took a loss. It was him and Mr. DDB from the Super Ultimate Mega Jobbers, but they took that loss to Shane Scott and Glutton, who are facing off on tonight's live event, actually. Oh, look at that crunchy! Shades of the one and only Sunshine, as Brendan X now going to go to the apron to take a wrist 450 splash, connects beautifully. I've never seen a more perfect 450 splash than the one Brendan X just executed right there. Oh, my second favorite submission maneuver. As he's got the arm trap between his legs there, wrenching back on the jaw. Myers able to escape, though. As now he stomps onto the midsection, props him up. Gonna go for a double axe into the spine. Yo, what's up, Exhibit? I think it's explicit, not Exhibit. I just saw someone call you Exhibit. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Third matchup of the evening here on Monday Night Fusion. The Fusion debut of Brendan X. He takes on Troy Myers now off the ropes. Are we going to get that oversell, though? Oh, no, just a regular Hurricane Rana DDT. Nasty move. Up next, I do believe it will be Salvi and Andrew Briggs in their Cyborg Invitational match. We saw Travis King make relatively quick work of Chiquanche at the top of the show to go 2-0. He and Sarasi this Sunday at Emergence to see who takes the lead. Sarasi will remain with 3-0, or Travis King will bump him off. That makes 20 elbow drops in this matchup from Brendan X to Troy Myers. As he brings him to his feet. Don't know what he was going for there. We're not going to find out. Troy Myers chopping him down with a clothesline, waiting for him to get back to his feet. Troy with a punch to the chest, and now going for a small. Oh, what a reversal! I haven't seen that reversal yet, man. That's one thing I love about 2K. They just add so many different reversal animations. Still seeing new shit. He's going to go for a pin. I don't blame him after that beautiful counter. I think Troy was going for a spine buster maybe. Brendan X said nah. As again, he's going to go off the ropes. Hurricane Rana DDT connects again. Up to the top rope now. What is X going for here? Oh, 630. Damn, I'm a big fan of this kid. Move over, Travis King. Oh, Troy Myers is going to shut him down with the Troy Turner. No! Beautiful reversal, clutching up Brendan X with that clothesline. Oh my God, going to make it 30 elbow drops. Damn, that chest's going to be bruised in the morning for Troy here. Nah, there's a 10th one, or the 30th one, I should say. Flicks the sweat down to Troy's face again. As Brendan X takes a second to admire the fans in attendance, let out a mighty roar. The CMV Universe seems to be behind him as X. What is he going to go for here? Has Troy Myers set up? Oh, whatever he was trying for, countered by Myers. A nice clutch of his own. Troy going to go for the Troy Turner a second time. Will he get it? Yes, he does. Troy going to bury that young talent. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. And Troy doesn't seem too happy about that. Can't blame him. He thought he had it in the bag, but Troy ain't going to waste any time as he looks to flip the switch. Grabbing X by the arms, planting him face first into the canvas, flipping him over, hooks the leg. Will this be enough? 1, 2. No, Brendan X able to survive. Not going to go down that easy in his Fusion debut, especially since he's been dominating. As Troy now, not a frequent flyer. Desperate though, body splash connects flush. As now Troy going to let his aggression show with those outlaw stomps. Takes a boot right to the top of the head though. For his troubles, going for another crunchy maybe. Oh, Troy nearly dropping himself on his head as he squirmed to get free. And what do we got here? Sidewinder suplex. And that took it out of Troy as he drops down to 1 knee. He's feeling the fatigue. Gas tank running on empty. And now Myers with his hands raised up and the fans going wild. They are big Myers fans. Who isn't though? Oh, Troy! A second dose of the Troy Turner. I don't think anybody's kicked out of 2 of these. 1, 2. No, just a 2 count. And again, Troy Myers arguing with the referee saying, "Are you kidding me? That was a 3 count, but look at this." Right back into the zone. Brandon X to his feet. He saw it coming, though. Well scouted by the newcomer. Wasting too much time there, though, trying to figure out what he wanted to follow up with. Now he's going to pay for it, or maybe not. Counters that inverted suplex into a vertical suplex of his own. Now it's Brandon X aggression that's on display as he stomps on the chest of Myers in that double boot stomp right to the gut. Lifts him up off his ass for another vertical suplex. Brandon X tried to hit this a little bit earlier on. Troy Myers countered. It doesn't look like the self-proclaimed Ultimate Jobber is going to be so lucky this time. As he is dropped face first. Why am I always forgetting that dang name of that move? Lateral press, though, by Brandon X. Will that be enough? Yes, it will. I am always forgetting the name of that. I know Psycho Driver is the one that Turner hits. I'll never forget that, but for some reason I always forget that, the name of that move. No, it's not it's not terminating spike. That one there dropped on their head. Burning hammer, that's it. Tim said burn notice, but it's burning hammer. Got it from that. Gotta get that hammered into my fucking head. Burning hammer is what Brandon X secures his Fusion debut victory with. Certainly not easy. He was dominating earlier on. Not much dominating, just as getting Troy Myers caught off guard with his offense. But Myers certainly fighting back, hitting 2 Troy Turners and a kill switch. Went for a second one. That was his downfall. X able to counter right there with the burning hammer. That hammer's pretty hot. Brandon X celebrates this big win over Troy Myers. Oh, wait a minute! Running down the ramp! It's the domestic terrorist! Razor Windu with a clothesline! Laying out Brandon X, and it seems Windu is still harboring some salt towards Brendan here. Remember, like I said, these guys faced off last week, and Razor Windu was getting his ass whooped, so he got himself disqualified by hitting X with a steel chair. Now he's coming to get him some, and Brandon X says, you want some? I got something for you. As he goes for a back suplex. Oh, and a face buster. X pointing up. Telling Razor, you gonna try to jump me? That ain't gonna work, fam. Brought to a vertical base. Pumper comeback. He did just have quite the encounter with Troy Myers. Couple of lariats, and there's a calf kick. As X grabbing him by his hair, bringing him to his feet. Razor Windu's gonna pay for this, or maybe not. Another nasty clothesline. As Windu just staring down at Brendan with disgust in his eyes, waiting for him to get to his feet. Punch to the side of the head. Windu trying to finish maybe with his lumbar check. Brendan not gonna let that happen though. Razor slipping through the head scissors. The referee calling for these two men to stop. But Windu's not gonna stop until he gets what he came for, and that's Brandon X getting his ass whooped, GTS. That's not it, though. The big man off the ropes with the penalty kick to finish things. And Windu, with a satisfied grin slapped across his face, stands tall with a motionless Brandon X, a statement made by the domestic terrorist as he slits his own throat. Sorry about that. I had to get me a couple of sips of this nice brisk iced tea. Not sponsored. Still sponsored by Mountain Dew, though. Nah, I wish I just got my voice back, and I'm starting to feel it go away already. Wants to make sure that doesn't happen. Hey, what up, Kinsel? That was pretty. That was pretty awesome. Well, I guess it depends if you're a Razor Windu fan. I saw Gumble going crazy in the chat. Big Windu fan. But the domestic terrorists most definitely making a statement there. They ain't gonna put up with these new young punks coming to Monday Night Fusion. Almost got his ass whooped trying to jump Brennan there for a second, but he got the last laugh. Here we go, guys. The action continues on live for Monday Night Fusion. Edition number 80, the Big 80. Our final month of 2018 here in CMV. Homecoming just 3 weeks away. Our final pay-per-view of the year. But this Sunday, Pit Stop, our final special event. As we know that post-homecoming, we get on the road to Ascendance 5, starting things off the 5th annual Royal Rumble at Absolution. The masked man of mayhem ready for battle as here comes the one and only Andrew Briggs. Both these men doing fairly well for themselves in the Invitational. Well, Andrew Briggs virtually null. He's 1-1. His win cancels out his loss. So he's right smack in the middle of the Invitational. Salvi, I do believe, is currently 2-1. Coming off of a victory over Jamari Williams on last week's Reality Wrestling. Andrew Briggs, one of the most experienced men out of the 8 superstars participating in the 3rd annual Cyborg Invitational. Been here for nearly 2 years, a former 2-time light heavyweight champion. Andrew Briggs never been able to break into the main event scene, though he wants a shot at that undisputed title, which is what the winner who places him first gets. Along, of course, going down to the history books, that trophy and a big old bonus check. As Salvi just pretty much motionless, staring a hole through Briggs. Andrew working out some kinks in his wrist as the referee rings the bell. Ding, ding, and we are on. Gonna stop down the arm. Oh, I'm curious too, Josh. Royal Rumble, my second favorite matchup in CMV. Of course, the first is Elimination Chamber. Will always hold a dear place in my heart. My favorite matchup, but the Royal Rumble, no doubt, my second favorite. Cannot wait. Always got them cheeky surprise returns. Legends, you never know what's going to happen in CMV as a whole, but the Royal Rumble even more so, and it's just pretty much a month away, less than a month away at this point. Oh no, over a little bit of a month from Homecoming, of course. We got him. Oh, go for a super kick to Salvi right there. Emergence this. Oh, Andrew, bro. Okay. That's okay. That's okay, Andrew. Just get back. Just get up. Dust yourself off. That's that 5th annual Royal Rumble. Begin our road to the 5th annual Ascendance, the grandest stage of them all. Emergence is our final special event of the year. Got a lot of big matches set for this Sunday's card. Of course, we're going to see our new CMV undisputed champion, Reese Matthews, make his first defense of the title against Mike Crimson. We're going to see Reese, I think, up next is his matchup, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the co-main event. I think it's up next, though, as he looks to kick off his reign victory over Dmitry Nurmagomedov, the Big Russian. Andrew Briggs, nice back up to the gut, going to send Salvi hunched over in pain. Drop kick by Briggs, and to try to go for that senton again. Nope, this time he just goes to the top rope. That is perfect position as he gets off a nice looking moonsault. Again, Andrew Briggs currently 1-1, Salvi 2-1. If Briggs beats him here, then Salvi will pretty much null himself. His 2 wins cancel out his 2 losses. Briggs could go positive or he could go negative here, depending on how things go. Salvi with an Irish whip into the corner, gonna put him up top now. The masked man of mayhem. What is he trying for here? Back suplex from the top rope, landing right on his neck. That looked deadly. I do not envy Andrew Briggs right now. Salvi gonna try to bring him up, capitalize on that, but Briggs shaking off the pain momentarily. Arm drag to put him overhead. Salvi right back to his feet. European uppercut. Caught him. Sends him a couple of steps back. Now a simple gut buster. Not much is known about Salvi other than the fact that he likes to inflict pain. Real hard hitter brawler in there. Very basic style. He has Andrew Briggs on the other hand. I think he just countered the end of days. Very agile, very quick, a great wrestler. Well-rounded overall is Briggs. Now he goes to that vintage Shining Wizard of his, but Salvi going to steal that sig right back as he closes in, though. Reversal fest beginning to ensue between these two guys here. Yeah, there we go. Salvi moves out of the way of the knee. My goodness. And there's the end of days. Going to get it this time. Will it be enough to finish? 1, 2. Just a 2 count. The masked man of mayhem with eyes to finish. Going to go for that leaping tombstone pile driver of his. Just a dangerous maneuver as he crosses the arms. 1, 2, 3. And Salvi grabs the victory now. 3-1. Salvi now tying Travis King for second with this victory. However, Travis King has the opportunity to take the lead this Sunday when he goes head-to-head with Sarasi. It is 90. It is 90 indeed, Ogon. Salvi goes 3-1. Briggs now dropping into the negatives. Still has a chance to battle his way back up. Maybe snag second or third. But Salvi looking good, man. One more win under his belt. He could take the lead. Don't quit your J-Dob. Your J-Dob. Don't quit your day job, Josh. As here we go, my friends. Last week, what an upset it was. If Oh My God Moment of the Year was still a option for the Glammies. No doubt, Reese defeating Paul Devine to win the Undisputed Championship last week would have been a last-second entry. Which, of course, real quick plug, the 4th annual Glammy Award nominations are currently up on the website. They've been up there for about a week and a half now. If you have not voted yet, make sure you get them to me. But no rush. You still have the rest of the month until homecoming. That's where the winners will be revealed. It is, hellish. It is. But, yeah, man, it was crazy. We actually found out that Schmitty was supposed to be the man getting the crack at Paul Devine for the Undisputed Championship, because we know Devine, his 30 days ran out in his contract. He has to defend the championship every 30 days, and he had not since capturing it in the main event of Regicide. So Devine had to defend against someone. It was supposed to be Schmitty, but then we know that the United States champion got engaged in that brutal brawl with Xander Slate that put both men in the hospital. And we actually now know, we'll touch on it more later on, Xander Slate will be facing Schmitty this Sunday at Emergence. Both men will be cleared in time with the United States title on the line. But Reese was a fill-in. You know, the student versus the master. The master. And, I mean, it paid off, dude. Especially since Reese was probably, 5 minutes before the match, someone probably ran over, some tech backstage, tapped Reese on the shoulder and said, "Hey, you want a world title shot, kid?" Reese just ran out to the ring, but what a match it was, man. If the Glammys hadn't already been posted, it would surely be a match of the year candidate. I mean, Reese had to do literally everything. He had to rip the kitchen sink off the goddamn wall and throw it at Devine to keep him down. I think he had to hit 5 of those Fisherman's DDTs to capture the championship. And Reese Matthews just, I mean, he was on top of the world, as anybody in his position would be, without a doubt. But he no doubt was shocked at the response from his stablemates, the New Gods, when he arrived at the arena at the top of the show. But before the show started, here he comes. There he is, with the Undisputed Championship in tow. Reese expecting, I can't get into his mind, but I'm sure he was expecting, congratulations. He got it from Sebastian Frost. Sebastian Frost was absolutely ecstatic that his friend, his brother, this big monumental win, a milestone in the career of Reese Matthews. But Mike Crimson pretty much said it flat out. You stabbed Paul Devine in the back and you're no brother of mine anymore. And we know that Reese, after capturing the championship, said that he's open to any challenge. He's going to be a fighting champion. So Crimson took him up on that. He said, "You're a fighting champion. Take me on at Emergence. Put your title on the line, and I'll take it back and put it where it belongs, around the waist of Paul Devine." And then we had Devine come out here earlier, and like I said, he threw his tag title on the ground, vacated his half of the tag titles, and said that Reese is a fluke. He got lucky. He didn't deserve that opportunity. His own mentor, the man that taught Reese everything he knew, turned around and just pretty much spit on him. Reese saying he's going to prove them all wrong, that he's not a fluke champion. And the majority of the CMV universe agree. A poll on the website asked if you thought that Reese Matthews is a fluke champion, if he's going to not last long. The majority said no, he's going to be the new breed of Monday Night Fusion, the new face that runs the place. There was a good number that said that, yeah, he's a flash in the pan, that he didn't deserve the opportunity and he got lucky. They agreed with the likes of Devine and Bloody Britt and Mike Crimson. But here we go. Reese with his first title defense just days away after winning the title last week. Looks to kick off his reign with a bang as he takes on Dmitry Nurmagomedov. Dmitry just stays getting these big opportunities. Remember, he took on Devine last month after Devine won the championship in a non-title match and put up quite the fight. Ended up taking the loss. We'll see if he can put down Reese here. Certainly someone more on his level. Reese, before getting that title shot, was really suffering in his career. Hardly was on Fusion, mostly on live events and reality wrestling, and then just gets that opportunity of a lifetime, follows through with it. And like I said, that inspires a lot of people in the back too. Guys like, I don't know, maybe your Shane Scotts or your Troy Myers and the likes, who right now are, not getting showcased too much. But then look at Reese, look what he's done. It gives them hope that they can get an opportunity like that someday. As Reese gonna trip up Dmitry. Oh, and look who's coming down the ramp. Mike Crimson, the man who Reese Matthews will put his title on the line against this Sunday. His former New God stablemate, the man who told him he's a fluke champion, that he stabbed Devine in the back and spit on their brotherhood. These two men came into CMV together, taught by Paul Devine. And Crimson feels as though Reese Matthews defeating Devine to capture the championship last week was a disgrace. Look at that. Reese Matthews obviously aware that Crimson's ringside. Luckily, it doesn't look like Crimson's going to try to interfere or cause the disruption in this matchup. Rather, just watching on, trying to get into the head of Reese. Big opportunity it is for Crimson, who says that if he wins, he's going to give the title to Divine. But if he actually does win the title, I think he, wouldn't be so willing to then give the championship off. And B, I don't think Divine would even accept someone just handing him the championship. As Dmitry Nurmagomedov gonna step across the chest of Reese here. Divine not booked to compete tonight. We know he was here earlier when he vacated his half of the tag team titles, but still to come. Following this one, we're going to see the return of Dallas Chandler taking on Shanaz Andoni. And then in our main event, Chris Andrews, the #1 contender to the Undisputed Championship, going to take on Tyson Cage and Sarasi. Very well, if Reese defeats Crimson this Sunday at Emergence, it could be Reese Matthews and Chris Andrews one-on-one for the championship, but Divine still has his rematch clause. A very complicated situation. Imagine if Crimson wins the championship this Sunday's rematch clauses all over left and right. Certainly be a unique situation. Ooh, damn, Dmitry, that ass right in Reese's face, though. Oh, Nurmagomedov. Is he going to feel him tap? That torture rack. Bending the body over his shoulders in a way it simply should not. Maurice going to be able to escape, and that's DDT to follow through. Oh! Nurmagomedov shooting for that Russian drop, but Reese too quick for him. Backslide driver. And taking a loss here in this one would really damper Reese's momentum and prove the doubters wrong. If it takes a loss right after winning the championship, BFT, knee to the face, and a discus clothesline by Matthews, as Matthews wasted no time. It took 5 of these last week to put down Paul Divine to win the championship. Dmitry Nurmagomedov certainly no Paul Divine, but he's able to counter. Takes it right back. You gotta admire Reese Matthews' fighting spirit, though. He's following through on his words to be a fighting champion. Pretty much wasting no time getting right back in the ring. Go for a couple of forearms, and there's the catchphrase, shades of Paul Divine right there. Maybe a little message sent as Crimson watches on. What will he be facing this Sunday? Reese Matthews taking overhead. Dmitry realizing what a huge opportunity this is for him. He goes for a crack to the jaw. Reese Matthews shuts him down, though. Forearm smash, overhand. Looks like a hammer fist right there. Forearm smash, beating the hell out of him. And Reese now just chunking Dmitry right through the ropes. Rebounds over the top. Holy camoli, though. Holy vanilla, as my phone would say. That fucking that was a suicide. I don't even know what that is. A senton, it kind of looked like what it went into, at least. Jumping clean over the top rope, though, and Crimson just like watching on in awe almost. Remember, these two men traveled all over together. They were brought up by Paul Divine, came into CMV together, and Crimson just turning on Reese. But in Crimson's mind, Reese turned on him. DDT there by Nurmagomedov. You saw him holding his head after that. That's never a good sign in a wrestling match, but Nurmagomedov trying to steal the win. Quick one, not enough, however. Nurmagomedov picking him up by the hair in his head, back up into the midsection, hunches him over Divine, I should say Reese, with a neckbreaker right into a cross armbar. Gonna try to force the submission. That would make a statement in his first match as champion to tap out Nurmagomedov, who usually does the tapping. Gonna be able to escape. Oh my God, closed fist right to the jaw. That doesn't look pretty. That's now like a snapmare. At least Crimson's not interfering, not trying to cost Reese this matchup. I mean, he's obviously not scouting out. Like I said, these two know each other, pretty much know everything about each other. They train together, trained by the same man. So I only imagine he's out here trying to get in the mind of Reese a little bit, trying to send him a message almost as he slips through that camel clutch attempt. Just trading submissions now late into this matchup. Boot to the side of the head. Reese staggers. Nurmagomedov closes in. Nope, steps back. Oh, and there it is again. Wait. Oh, I thought he was going for maybe a burning hammer. Torture rack. Bending him over the shoulders. Is Reese going to tap out in his first night as champion? That would be terrible momentum-wise. No, he's going to escape and get it once more with a DDT to follow through. Damn, he crunched him with that one. Action roll by Nurmagomedov, and it kind of looked like Reese caught Mike Crimson, like they kind of looked at each other right in the eyes for a second there before he quickly turns around. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combination. And Reese again, stalking Dimitri like an animal out in the wild. Knee to the face. Discus clothesline. BFG connects flush. Another knee to the chest. Reese really executed his knees very well against Divine last week in their championship matchup. Jawbreaker, though. Dimitri's not done yet. Front headlock by the big Russian. A win over Reese here could put himself in contention for a future championship match. Military press showing off his strength as he's looking to give that Russian drop another go. Got it countered by Matthews a little bit earlier on in the match. Doesn't look like the champion's going to be so lucky this time. Maybe he is! Northern Lights, what a reversal. That clutch, though. Matthews having none of it, man. I don't think we're getting any Russian drops tonight, fam. Look at that, just a clean punch right to the side of the head. I mean, no doubt, the emotions you got to think are running through Reese's head right now. You know, Mike Crimson, Paul Devine, guys he considered family, his brothers, just turning on him at a moment's notice. And the fans also, you know, half the fans saying he's a fluke. You know, fluke. That word just really triggering Reese Matthews as he goes for it a third time. Knee to the face, discus clothesline. Lays Dimitri out. Not trying for the pin, though. Dimitri is right back to his seat. No selling. He says it took him. Aggressive pinfall attempt there by the big Russian. Only a 2 count. Up next will be our co-main event. Dallas Chandler returning to in-ring action when he battles Shenazin. Tony, what a headbutt there by Dimitri, though. Nearly caving his chest in, and Reese taking a moment, telling those fans that hate him, you know, this is calling me a fluke. Am I a fluke right now? Of course, you got the other half of the CM Universe that's all behind him. Majority of the CM Universe, like I said with that poll, believe in him. Think he's the new breed. As he's going to try for that Fisherman's DDP out of the crowd. What's he doing in the Impact Zone? There it is, though. The maneuver that won him the championship drop right down onto his neck, really. His head just smashing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was close. Reese showing his immaturity, his inexperience a little bit by not hooking the leg. When you're world champion, man, you got to make sure the job is done. And Reese now taking a big risk as he goes to the top rope. What is he trying for here? Back elbow. All right, connects flush. You know, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Reese is tired as hell, though. That gas tank running empty. This certainly ain't no easy task in his first match as champion. Dimitri putting up one hell of a fight, just as he did against Divine last month. And what is he going for here? Look at the strength of Dimitri Nurmagomedov doing squats as he has Reese up in a vertical position. There's the suplex to drop him down. Absolutely incredible. Blood rushing to the head. Lateral press out. Dimitri not hooking the leg either. Even if Dimitri doesn't win this matchup, coupled with his performance against Divine last month, man, he's proven he can hang with the big dogs, but a win he most definitely needs. This is only his second matchup since being drafted to, or traded. Don't want to trigger Tim to Fusion. During episode 300, that choke bomb, and then showing off those 18-inch pythons. Too much time wasted, though. It's a big matchup, Dimitri. Don't know why he would do something like that. Now he's going to pay for it. As the Undisputed Champion brings him to his feet, kick to the gut. What is this? Pump handle neck breaker. My God, that had some intent behind it, man. That was fueled by fire. 1, 2, 3, and Reese Matthews gets the win. What a victory for Reese Matthews. It was not an easy one. Dimitri Nurmagomedov took him to his limits. But Matthews is out to prove the world wrong that he was not a fluke. That he deserves to hold that Undisputed Championship. As Crimson watched on ringside, he knows it's coming his way this Sunday if he wants that championship. if he wants to bring it back to Divine, he's going to have to bring something special to the fight. What, did someone say something in the chat? I didn't see. Yo. What up, Batman? Just in time to see Reese Matthews celebrate. That was a great matchup. Another, like I said, even though Dimitri took the loss, man, coupled with his performance over Divine some weeks ago, he's proven he can hang with the top talent. And look at Mike Crimson still ringside. Reese kind of just looking at him off to the side like, man, why are you doing this to me? Those two one-on-one this Sunday for the Undisputed Championship. I didn't even ask you to make a Shanaz attire. I will, though. Don't worry. I will. After Fusion, I'll get it. Yo, explicit. Yeah, indeed, man. Like I said, I really dug that tag team you made for Cop Show. I'd love to have a call for Yon Fusion or Genesis, but most definitely we got room. Of course, if you're watching and you want your call on the show, communityuniverse.4motion.com is our website. You can get a link to it in the chat by typing !join. Everybody's more than welcome. It is co-main event time. That's got to be the quickest Fusion probably this season, man. We're already at the co-main event. Probably a little bit over an hour. I don't know exactly how long we've been live. All right, here we go. Dallas Chandler making his in-ring return. Of course, he was injured at the top of this season by Caden Kenner when he was a part of the Genesis roster, spending 4 months on the shelf, mending his wounds, returned as a member of the Fusion roster last week when he tried to make an impact by attacking Shanaz Andoni before his match with the real number one Bubba. Saw it coming. Shanaz actually had a little bit of a segment on the show earlier tonight where he was surrounded. Apparently, Shanaz has bought an iron mine or a copper mine, I think it was. He was surrounded by his workers, and he said, I'm going to send Chandler Bing back to Rachel and Phoebe. That shout out to friends, though. Vintage Shanaz saying Dallas Chandler made a mistake, essentially, trying to make a statement off of him. And after Shanaz Andoni sent Dallas Chandler packing, Oliver Smith paid the price for it. Chandler wasn't done. That same night, he would jump the veteran backstage, brutally beating down Smith. I think he finished things off with I think it was a butterfly pile driver that he drove Oliver down to the concrete with. And credit to Oliver, he put up a fight, but he's not here tonight, and we hope him a quick recovery. The baddest man in all the land is back in CMV. Dallas Chandler, it wasn't even this season that he was first with us. He actually came in, I think it was on the road to Ascendance 4 when he first joined CMV, mostly competing on live events, a few Fusion and Genesis appearances here and there. Started off this season as a member of the Genesis roster, the Hellhounds stable. Was put on the shelf, like I said, by Caden Kenner, but he's back and he's meaner than ever. His pre-match assault failed on Shanaz last week, but now he's got him in the ring. Shanaz ain't no motherfucker to take easy, though. He doesn't have Son of Sheik watching his back anymore. Son of Sheik sent down to NGW. But Shanaz on his own is a former 2-time light heavyweight champion. He can handle himself. We know that. Oh, here he comes. The glorious, the one and only, real #1 Baba baby. The Punjabi playboy, Johnny Gat, Shanaz Andoni. Shanaz gracing us with his presence, taking a hang on one second, I got another oh my god. I don't know where all this hair keeps coming from. I literally got short as hell hair, and I keep getting in my mouth all day today. Shanaz, though, as I was saying, taking a break from running his copper mine to grace us here tonight. I'm looking to send a little payback towards Dallas Chandler on behalf of himself and Oliver Smith. Here we go. The baddest man in all the land returning to in-ring action. We'll see if there's any rust on him. Been 4 months since he's competed in a matchup. Referee rings the bell. And Dallas Chandler immediately with a back suplex going to throw him into the corner. Whoa, look at the claw. The claw locked in by Dallas Chandler. That is an old school move right there. He's taking the palm of his hand and squeezing the top of Shanaz's head. Shanaz going to fight out of that. That move takes it out of you. It might look simple, but man, it is deadly Michinoku driver. Still to come in our main event up next, Chris Andrews makes history, debuting as the solo holder of the Fusion Tag Team titles. And Divine left him high and dry. Andrews says he doesn't need Divine. We'll see if he can back up those words, taking on the undefeated team of Tyson Cage and Sarasi. Stalls the suplex of Shanaz right there into one of his own. Shanaz with his 2 light heavyweight title reigns is also a former Fusion Tag Team champion alongside Son of Sheik. They did that this season, of course, and then part of the legendary tag team known as #Trending Worldwide alongside Chet Taylor, 2-time tag champs. And in their first reign, they held him for 7 months, the all-time record, as Dallas Chandler exposes that top turnbuckle, dirty heel tactics already being employed, belly to belly, going to take Shanaz down. The referee hasn't seen it. Stomp down onto the chest, bringing him up to his feet. Shanaz, though, going to trip him up. Doing some push-ups now is Andoni, using Dallas as his personal little platform there. You gotta respect the man bun, fan. All right, come on. Off the ropes now, Dallas Chandler with a double axe handle. Backing up into the corner, Shanaz Andoni getting back to his seat as Chandler just nonchalant, acting like this match had been a big thing, a blip on his radar. But you know, deep down inside, it's killing Chandler that Shanaz pushed back his attack on him last week, embarrassed him in his return in front of the entire CMV universe. Shanaz with an elbow drop and then a kip up. Shanaz just likes to have fun. That's what he's all about, but he can be serious when he has to. And remember, that top turnbuckle is still exposed. The harsh steel that lies beneath as Dallas Chandler with a lateral press here, trying to get a quick one over Andoni. Not enough. Into the corner again. It seems Dallas Chandler a little bit too full of himself, giving Andoni way too much time. Maybe not. Snap suplex. Yes, Shanaz stalls. Drops down behind. Big Enzu lariat. How could you hate Shanaz? It's not possible for anybody to hate Shanaz. If you hate Shanaz, you're a terrible human being. As Andoni goes to, I'm gonna gyrate those hips, baby. Punjabi playboy with that body splash. Dallas Chandler right back to his feet. And into that exposed turnbuckle. Oh, God, the smack against the skin. I heard it from over here. It's making me cringe. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. Chandler, man. He is just taking the piss out of Shanaz in this one. What the hell is this? But what is this? I've never seen this move before. Oh, butterfly suplex, the stall. That must be a new animation. I've never seen that before. I thought he was going to do the taunt. Oh, of course he's got the discus big boot. The most overused maneuver in CMV. Bam! It gets the job done, though. The reason it's overused is because it's a deadly move, man. Shanaz, though, trying to shake the cobwebs early. Back to as soon as quick as possible, going for that enziguri. Dallas tries to trap him in a front headlock. Back and forth they go. No tit for tat. Who's going to get the advantage? Yes! Dallas Chandler shades of General Manager Hall of Famer Dave Turner with the Psycho Driver. Into the pin. 1, 2. No! Shanaz survives. Dallas Chandler kind of a little bit taken aback that Shanaz is able to survive that Psycho Driver, but he can't let himself get distracted. What does he go for? Oh, watch out, ref! Shanaz busted wide open off that alley-oop, just throwing him overhead. As now we get a stomp into the gut, the blood beginning to pour down the face of Andoni. Lateral press by Dallas Chandler, not hooking the legs though. That gives Shanaz the opportunity to use his legs to kick out. Moves out of the way, that double axe handle. And an inverted power slam by the real #1 Baba, baby. Gonna take his head off with the spinning heel kick, but no. Moves out of the way. Tiger suplex drops him right on his neck. What is Dallas going to try for here? I can't even fathom a guess. We're not going to find out. Oh. Kick to the gut. He's going to Shanaz up. Forearm smash. Forearm smash. Ducks the clothesline. Spine buster. Oh, and that cheeky little pelvic thrust. The CMV Universe behind Shanaz Andoni. Took too much time playing around. Chandler able to push him off in the corner. Front headlock now, middle of the ring. Escapes that front headlock into a forearm smash now. Going to make it a little bit dizzy with this airplane spin. Around and around we go. I'm getting dizzy just watching this over here. Going to throw up all my Mountain Dew. I'm going to try to go for the pin off that. Maybe no. What's Shanaz doing here? Shanaz maybe trying something new, but Chandler having none of it. As Dallas to that claw again. The claw hold again to Shanaz Andoni. And Shanaz tapping out. Oh my God. That was just nasty to watch. Shanaz tapped out, but Dallas Chandler kept it locked in until Shanaz passed out from the pain. That iron claw hold, just squeezing your opponent's head. It doesn't get much more vicious, much more deadly, much more aggressive than that. No, Shanaz did tap. He tapped with his left hand, but Dallas Chandler didn't let it go. He waited for Shanaz to pass out. A statement made by Chandler. God, that is a deadly move, man. I would not want to be trapped in that. Dallas Chandler returns to CMV in-ring, letting us know there ain't no rust on him. Shanaz putting up a good fight, but look at this, man. Iron claw just squeezing on your opponent's head. Oh, no, Josh is actually... Oh, no, there's the tap. There's the tap. He did tap. He told the ref, like, look, ring the bell, man. But Dallas just did not let go. And Shanaz laid out, unconscious. But wait a minute! From the crowd, it's Oliver Smith! The man who Chandler brutally jumped backstage last week. Chandler out for some revenge. Missing these jabs, though. There we go. He got it on the third attempt. After his plans to attack Shanaz before his match last week backfired, Dallas Chandler took out all of his aggressions, being embarrassed on Oliver Smith, the first man he bumped into backstage. Dallas Chandler looking to deflect the attack, though I don't think Smith should be back so soon, man. Chandler really gave him a whooping. Dropped him head first onto the concrete last week, and now Smith's paying for it as Chandler says, "You want some? I got more for you. I got some to spare. Don't worry about it, fam." What's he gonna go for? Oh my God, Iron Claw to the midsection now. This seems to be the weapon of choice for Dallas Chandler, man. You think grabbing the head is brutal. How about just digging into your opponent's ribs, midsection, getting into the guts there, man? I can't, I'm just kind of squirming over here even thinking about it. But Smith's not done. Oh, there's the flapjack by the veteran in his early 40s. Coming to CMV to get him some. He ain't going to be pushed around by some young, cocky, brash new kid. As he lifts him up into the air, butterfly pile driver drops him right down onto that dumb man bun. Oliver Smith getting him some payback, but you know, Dallas, the baddest man in all the land, he ain't going to take being embarrassed like that. Oliver Smith standing tall over Dallas Chandler. Getting him some. Hold on one second. Damn, this brisk is good right now. Woo! Some good ass tea, hut. What up, Batman guys? It is time for our main event of the evening. We touched on it a couple of times throughout the night, but Paul Devine came out here earlier on, threw his half of the Fusion Tag Team titles onto the stage. He slid down the ramp, Devine saying he wants nothing to do with Chris Andrews. He never wanted to team with the Bloody Brit in the first place. There's only one man that Devine truly teams with, and that's, of course, his brother, Quantum Blizzard, Omega Z, whatever you want to call him. Bloody Brit would respond by saying, "I don't need a tag team partner. I never needed Devine in the first place." Chris Andrews declaring himself the solo holder of the Fusion Tag Team titles, a first in CMV's illustrious near 5-year history. I'm going to see if Andrews can back up his words. Does he truly not need a partner? A little test, as this Sunday we know he'll have to go up against Fatal Decision, Azrael and Sean Kent, to defend the titles. As tonight he takes on the men that he teamed with just a few short weeks ago at Cause and Effect. He enlisted Tyson Cage and Sarasi to help him out in the fight against the New Gods, and it paid off, that clean sweep. The very next night, though, Tyson Cage and Sarasi would confront Andrews, saying they want a shot at the tag team titles. They didn't do that for nothing out of the kindness of their hearts. Of course, they're both involved in the Cyber Invitational right now, though. Sarasi even has the lead. As here he comes, the solo holder of the Fusion Tag Team titles. We're about to see if the Bloody Brick can whoop some ass on his own. Like I said earlier, if any man can do it, it's him. I'm certainly not putting one over Andrews here. I wouldn't count him out. But Tyson Cage and Sarasi, despite their consistent bickering all the time, they work very well. It's a well-oiled machine. They are undefeated as a team. They even hold the win over the tag team champions, or the former tag team champions, rather, Azrael and Sean Kent, who could be two-time champions come this Sunday. And we also know that Britt is the #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. His shot will come at Homecoming in 3 weeks' time, the final pay-per-view of the year. Who will be the champion come then, though? We have no idea. It could be Reese Matthews, could be Mike Crimson, could be Paul Devine, who knows? As here we go, Tyson Cage donning a pretty slick-looking new attire. Currently 0-1 in the Invitational after taking a loss to Salvi. He actually has his next Invitational match this Thursday on Reality Wrestling. I believe he's taking on D'Angelo Prince. Tyson Cage, the man with most exquisite facial hair in all of CMV, certainly makes him stand out. This man actually pinned Paul Devine at Cause and Effect in that Coleman event elimination tag match to win the bout for his team. When Devine was still champion, of course, as well. That's a big momentum boost for Tyson Cage. And Cage saying, if I can pin the #1 contender to the title here tonight, and he can hang with the big dog and he can get it done. Of course, we know the winner of the Invitational gets an Undisputed Championship shot. Perhaps Cage can come back. We know his partner, Sarasi, currently 3-0. He's got the lead in the Invitational. They will have to fight at some point. Both Tyson Cage and Sarasi saying they'll walk out the victor in that, of course. Here he comes. The masked man, the one and only Sarasi, who's 3-0 atop the rankings in the 3rd annual Cyborg Invitational. His next matchup comes this Sunday at Emergence when he takes on the undefeated Travis King. Certainly going to be his biggest challenge, not only in the Invitational, but since coming to CMV as a whole. This man's been on fire, though. A favorite in many people's minds to win the whole thing. What up, Twisted? Sarasi and Tyson Cage both know what a huge opportunity this is, not only as a team, but as individuals. I mean, they, like I said before, they hold a victory over Fatal Decision when they were the tag team champions. They could beat another tag team champion. Certainly, they prove that they deserve a shot. We know that the person who places in 3rd in the Invitational gets a tag title shot. 2nd gets a mid-card. 1st gets the World Championship opportunity, which obviously both men want. As Tyson Cage going to start things off against Chris Andrew to stomp down into the gut. They're certainly not best. I mean, even Tyson Cage and Sarasi aren't even friends. Tyson Cage made sure to tell Sarasi that after Sarasi got Tyson a custom-made mask for him to wear during the matches. Cage said, remember what I told you, we're not friends. We're partners in that ring, but outside of it, we're nothing. Not even acquaintances. Tyson Cage, the rolling sunset flip powerbomb. All right, I didn't expect that kind of agility from Tyson Cage. Doesn't really come at you as a high flyer or a risk taker, unique offense like that, but wheelbarrow suplex. I mean, Tyson Cage is overall kind of amazes me. As, oh my God, Chris Andrews gonna try to break Tyson's arm, and he very well may have. That is a maneuver that's hit just with intent of injuring. Andrews just doesn't give a fuck, dude. As now he mounts Tyson Cage. I'm pretty sure the Bloody Brit would have liked to get the World Championship shot last week. He is the #1 contender. Remember, it's supposed to be Schmitty, but after Schmitty got engaged in that absolutely incredible brawl with Xander Slate. Both of them were rushed to the hospital, so Reese Matthews was the last second throw-in. Britt has to wait until homecoming, though, to see who he takes on for the championship. Britt doesn't like waiting. He's not a patient man. And sure, he's got the tag titles, but that's not satiating his appetite. He's been chasing that world championship all season. And even when he was the Anarchy champion, he's going to an Irish whip off the ropes. So he's going to go to the corner. Just a nice chest bump there. As now he brings him up onto his shoulder. And I don't know if we'll see that same level of teamwork we usually do between Cage and Sarasi, because both guys are going to want to get the pin over Andrews here. But Tyson Cage, a little bit tired, going to tag in the Masked Man. Let him get him some, wear down the Britt a little bit. Kick to the gut by Sarasi. Immediately use the high flyer. Fast mover, you blink, you miss him. As he goes for a knee right there. Oh, waistlock, Larry. That was a beautiful transition. 10 out of 10 right there. As he stomps him right in the gut. Now getting off some punch to the side of the head. Slamming him face first into the canvas. Double axe handle by Sarasi. Gonna bring him up to a vertical base and sting it. Take a big knee right to the chest. Chris Andrews either gonna back up his words or eat them here in this one. He said he doesn't need Divide. He said he doesn't need a partner at all. Of course, I'm sure Mike Miles will steer here. God, a way to speak. That gory neck break. I'm sure if Mike Miles was still a part of the Fusion roster, he probably would have chosen him, but Mike Miles was sent down to developmental NGW. So Chris Andrews really doesn't have any friends, only enemies here on Fusion. We know all the odd pair partners he's had this season, the likes of Parker, Rex Carter, and even Paul Devine, of course. But Andrews says he's good on his own. He doesn't need anybody watching his back. He just watches his own back. Probably going for that discus punch right there. Tyson Cage didn't want any of it, though. Able to counter as he now brings Britt to his feet. There's that hip toss, belly-to-belly type combination maneuver. And Tyson Cage wasted no time as he sets up the Fusion Tag Team Champion, Kinshasa! Into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Sarasi asking for that tag. Tyson Cage just ignored him, though. That's what I said. Both these men want to get the pin over Andrews, so we might not see that same level of teamwork that we usually do between them. Oh, Andrews out of the corner. He's the only man who can properly hit this. The British boot. Oh, no, maybe not. Tyson Cage able to move out of the way, but not able to get out of the cliffhanger. Haven't seen that one in a while. He's going to try for it again. Yes, he is. He said, fuck you, you're getting it. I don't care. And there's the British boot. Knocking a couple of teeth out his throat, I'm sure, as he goes into the pin. 1, 2. Sarasi in to make the save, though. And there's that handicap coming back to bite Andrews. Tyson Cage and Sarasi have each other to tag in and out to, have each other watching their back. Britt's got nobody. Sarasi with the front headlock, kind of toying with Andrews here, allowing Tyson to get back to his feet. Britt preoccupied. Tyson going to spin him around. Irish whip into the corner, which that top turnbuckle's been replaced, luckily, from that last match between Chandler and Andoni. Crack to the jaw. Sidewinder suplex, it's looking like here from Cage. Can't really narrow down what Tyson Cage is all about. The man with the most exquisite facial hair in CMV, but when he's in the ring, he's just got all types, different type of maneuvers all over the place. I wouldn't even call him well-rounded. He's just wacky. Wacky and kooky. Whoa, so crazy. As he's going to put Andrews in the corner, we're going to make a tag on Sarasi finally. He tries to, but Andrews not letting it happen. Oh, Tyson Cage says, too bad for you, motherfucker. Tag to Sarasi now. Irish whip into 3D. Flapjack cutter combo. That was awesome. In the pin. 1, 2. No, not enough to keep down the Brit. Sarasi now going to go for his high-flying ass-back moonsault. Fails. Andrews moving out of the way. The Brit grabbing him by the head. Jawbreaker for his troubles. Sarasi with a tilt-a-whirl Hurricane Rana. Nearly sends him through the ropes to the outside. Sarasi's amped up. The CMV Universe behind him, they love the Masked Man. Excuse me. Got a little... Oh, God, I hate that move. The animation just rolls into a weak leg drop. But whatever floats Sarasi's boat gets the job done, I guess. Put him in the corner. We know what Sarasi's going for here, but he's going to try to go for it anyhow. As he takes a couple of steps back, measuring up. Britt charges him. Knife edge chop. Instead, runs right into an elbow. That couldn't have felt too good. Knocked a couple of screws loose. So, and then Zaguri. That certainly connected. As he puts him in the corner again. Going to try for it once more. Oh, no, kick to the spine. Elbow takedown to follow. Trip up by the Bloody Brit, trying to stay afloat here. Looks like Tyson Cage might be rendered out of this one. He's kind of hanging onto the top rope. His fatigue showing. Pump handle driver by Sarasi. Look at how he has the leg right in Andrew's face, but Britt still somehow able to power out of that. Keep himself alive, but for how long? Pele kick. The numbers game is catching up to it. I can bet you Azrael and Sean Kent are just in the back watching the monitor, having a cheeky laugh. They're loving the way this is going because they got Andrews in the same exact situation this Sunday at Emergence when the title's actually on the line. As Britt hammers away, lefts and rights just pouring down. Britt, if he's going to go down, he's going to go down fighting. Puts him in the corner. We're not going to find out what he's trying for. Sarasi with an elbow to save himself. Main event of Fusion here. He's going to teardrop suplex. And another Pele kick, and this time it busts the Britt wide open. Hey, he is called the Bloody Britt. Should live up to his moniker. Flips him off, though. He says, I love it. I throw, and then flips me off. What did I do? Yeah, that's not the first time Andrews has flipped me off during one of his matches. Damn, I guess he doesn't like the way I'm commentating and hear me over here or something, but the Bloody Britt with that clothesline, military press, showing off his strength. Off the ropes once, off the ropes twice, big splash down to the spine. And he's actually used that combo to beat opponents before, the likes of Hayden. It's gonna... Sarasi, the master of the face buster. Off the full Nelson that time, over into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was close. Oh, damn, Sarasi says, nah, fam, you're staying down. This time off the back, suplex into the face buster. That might be a rope break, though. No, 1, 2. He nearly sent Sarasi flying out of the ring, too. Sarasi says, fuck this, man. I'm out of here. I'm not having this. 2 face busters in a row. Not enough to keep the Brit down. Fucking the Fusion Tag Team Champion, though, he's not looking too well. Just staring up the lights, and Tyson Cage now coming in. Just going to try to follow up with a damage inflicted kick to the gut. Kinshasa! Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. My God. 2 face busters and then a Kinshasa all in a row is what it took to keep down the Brit. And Azrael and Sean Kemp might not be laughing now. Tyson Cage, though, does get the pin. Another huge pinfall win for Cage, even though he just came in and pretty much picked up Sarasi's scraps. What a fight by Andrews, but I don't know. If you're a betting man, I might not put your money on Britt to retain against Fatal Decision this Sunday. I mean, it took a hell of a lot to keep him down for the 3 count, but it's just the numbers game, man. Simple mathematics. Tyson Cage and Sarasi remain undefeated. They still have to face each other in Invitational. Sarasi will be at Emergence this Sunday facing Travis King. Big win for these two. Sarasi and Tyson Cage get one over Bloody Britt. in the main event of Monday Night Fusion. Big win for those two. Unfortunate for Britt, defending his titles this Sunday against Fatal Decision on the road to Homecoming, our final pay-per-view of the year. Who will be the champion meeting Andrews in the main event of that event? Will it be Reese Matthews? Will it be Mike Crimson? Could it be Paul Devine? Who knows? What a fusion. That was a chaotic fusion. A lot of attacks, stuff going on. Fucking Dallas Chandler whooping Shanaz, and then Oliver Smith comes out to get revenge. We had Razor Windu jump Brendan X. My goodness, still got that live event to come, though. I'm going to be a champion, haha. I haven't updated Xander Slate's call bio since I posted it like 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it still says he's in a tag team with Rex Carter. All right, so first we have got Shane Scott taking on the man he teamed with. A couple of weeks ago. They actually got the victory together. Gonna be Gluttony. Get big old Bill Maverick in there. Excuse me. That's Harvey's greatest accomplishment. He tapped out Gluttony at a fatal four-way. Like I said, though, Shane Scott and Gluttony worked together a couple of weeks ago to get a win over Troy Myers and DDB, I believe it was. Tonight, their opponents will see who walks out victorious between them. I would like for you to call me Big Poppy, Maury. I'm Big Poppy. Cop is fucking what was it? Big Bucks Hayden. That's it. All right, then we have got Shane Thomas in action. He will take on that Heligo, backed by Diablo. Throw it out the window with your soda, Twisted. I'd be lying if I said it didn't get me a bit hard. Gumble. It's such a good picture. Let's get some winners. Crow versus Justin Sane, though. Nah, Justin Sane's just a spirit. Rip in peace, never forget. I haven't seen him since Regicide. All right, let's get some wieners. Davos. Big Josh. I'm gonna assume you want Harvey. And Suntan. So I'm assuming you're gonna get Harvey Hastings from Big Josh. Suntan, who you want? Cameron, I'm gonna guess. Oh man, I'm getting tired. My schedule's crazy. I woke up at 3 p.m. today. I would say we'll do a battle royal, but I feel like the game will freeze. Every time we try a battle royal, it freezes. We'll try it. We'll try a battle royal. Let's do it. Why not? YOLO. Maybe we'll get lucky. We gotta get hyped up for that Royal Rumble next month, alright? We gotta start having battle royals every week. Alright, so we have Harvey Hastings and Cameron Harris in there. Alright, who else do we want? First four names I see. First four names I see. I see Nurmagomedov. Oh, Dean Ambrose, apparently. Need three more names. Jay Davis is on Genesis. Jamari, I see. I see Crow. One more. I'm going to skip Hellish because he said two people. Let's get someone else. Salim's on Genesis. Salvi, all right. Explicit says he wants to see Salvi. There we go. And there it be. There it be at. The Chosen Six. Gumble, where you at, though, fam? Fucking Matt still shaving his ham. I'm ready for it to freeze, definitely. Let's get this shit started. We only have one call on Fusion, Gumble. You only have Reese now. It's the dawn of a new day. I did, Hellish. I like him. I like him. He looks cool. Okay. North Charleston, South Carolina. That's a mouthful. All right. Let's see who wins between Shane Scott and Gluttony. Partners a few weeks ago. Opponents tonight. It's going to be Gluttony getting a much-needed win as he takes down Filth. We're actually going to turn off entrances for this live event. Just make it quicker. Hopefully this won't be another shoot fight. Coming down. Gurry's not on Fusion. Why would he be on the live event? Gurry's on Reality Wrestling. Classic 702, not knowing who's where, what's going on. I say hopefully this isn't a shoot fight because Shane Thomas, newcomer to Monday Night Fusion, currently undefeated, actually faced off against Diablo, that man on the far right there, last week's Reality Wrestling, and the match was a good half an hour long. I have never seen that many spears hit in my life. Both men have the spear in the moveset, so you saw probably 20, 25. It was actually insane. Thomas finally got the damn win after hitting a second jackhammer. And tonight he's going to take on... Well, Diablo was certainly an even match for Thomas. And Helico, not so much size-wise. And Helico going to be bringing that speed and agility to try to combat Shane Thomas's raw power. Here we go. Referee rings the bell. Diablo ringside in support for his tag team partner, Heaven and Hell Season 1 veterans. Former tag team champions. Trying to hand Shane Thomas his first loss as Angelico starts out strong. Snapping the arm of Thomas. I've never quite seen someone like Shane because he's so short. Like, he's actually shorter than Angelico here, but he's so jacked. I mean, look at those calves. They actually disgust me, those calves right there. They're actually gross as how big they are in the veins. I mean, this guy, he must just spend his entire time in the damn gym. I mean, fucking, I want to talk about Gurry's talking about being a thick bitch. Let's talk about Shane Thomas for a second. He's thick as fuck. I'm going to use this power to rip and hell go up off the canvas, drop him back down for a power bomb. As he's exiting the, going to the ring apron now. And then there's this elbow off the ropes. Not only is he incredibly strong, but even he can go up high. He actually failed horribly every time he tried to have some high-risk offense last week against Diablo. I think he missed 2 moonsaults. Paid off that time against Angelico here, though. Like I said, not exactly an even matchup as it was against he and Diablo last week. Against Angelico here. Suplex from the ring apron. Nearly dropped him on the way in. Tiger suplex attempted. Shane Thomas breaking the hold. And just throwing him overhead as he snaps the arm against the canvas. Things like a twig to him. Snap it clean in half. Lower kick to the spine. Much more methodical pace here as Thomas backs into the corner. Charging across the ring for the spear. like a bullet just ripping through an helico. Back to his feet, though, letting us know he's not done yet. Sharon knew he pulled off successfully. And a drop kick to the back of the neck. As Angelico goes up to the second turnbuckle. Obviously can't rely on power moves here. That unique offense. Oh my goodness. I think Shane Thomas is in La La Land after he popped up from that DDT. Whoa! Overhand punch to the back of the head. As we get an inverted suplex now. Thomas just treating Angelico like a sack of dirty laundry in this match. A ragdoll almost just thrown around at his will. As Diablo, forced to watch on, doesn't want to risk a disqualification. Going for that jumping cutter. Thomas shuts that shit down now. As the newcomer looks to remain undefeated with that jackhammer. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Thomas does it. At least it wasn't a shoot fight. Can someone ban Cop for saying Bliss sucks? You can't tolerate that here. I won't allow it. Simply will not. Ban, ban, ban. Please, thank you. As Diablo watches on ringside, not happy. Not even going to check on Angelico. Shane Thomas just ripping through the CMV veteran. Who's going to be able to stop Shane Thomas, man? This kid is just something else. He's not human. Look at those veins. I can't deal with it. Ugh, don't. Oh, ban Batman too. We don't talk about Happy Town here. Oh, whoops. Oh, I can't. What? I can't turn off entrances in this? That's pretty dumb. Rip, we're going to have to watch these entrances. GG, no re. Good game. No rematch, guys. Alright, here we go. This impromptu over-the-top rope battle royal, perhaps going to be our last match of the stream. Usually every time we try battle royals, it freezes in game. So maybe we'll get lucky. That's because Hayden is a has-been. All right, Happy Town is the future. He's going to win Cop's next Royal Rumble. Cop's going to turn back time to have Happy Town win this Royal Rumble again because that was the greatest decision he's ever done for his side. Oh, we got two Cyborg Invitational participants here in this matchup. Jamari Williams, of course, who's currently dead last at 0-4. No hope for him to place first at this point. I don't even think there's a chance that he can place second or third. But you know he's going to try with only 3 matches left. We'll see if Jamari can get himself a much-needed momentum boost. He hasn't gotten a win in a good while. Since before he challenged Schmitty at Regicide for the United States Championship. I think that's actually true. And then you got Salvi on the far right there, the Masked Man in Mayhem, fresh off of a invitational win on Fusion. He's now 3-1. He's doing pretty well for himself. Currently tied for second. You got Cameron Harris, who just secured his first victory on last week's live event. I think he defeated who he beat. Tyson Cage, actually, he beat. You got Harvey Hastings coming into this matchup with they winning that fatal four-way some weeks ago. Only the second time we're seeing him televised. Dmitry Nurmagomedov gonna walk into this one after putting up one hell of a fight against Reese Matthews on Fusion, taking a loss though, and then Crow. I'm surprised he's even here after being on the receiving end of another attack at the hand of Bludgeon. It's actually Crow getting interviewed by Lisa Evans during Monday Night Fusion when excuse me, what the hell? During last week's Monday Night Fusion, Crow, after taking a loss to Adam Adams, said he was still gunning for the Anarchy Championship despite the loss to Adams. That's when the good guy Cowboy would come in and say, hey man, if anybody's getting an Anarchy Championship, it's me. I mean, I just tapped you out, fam. Fortunately for them, both of them would be laid out by the mountain of a man, the guy who currently holds, if you can call him a guy, the beast that currently holds that Anarchy Championship. Specifically went in on Adams, cracked his skull off the wall, I think it was 4 or 5 times. Barely even touched Crow, just threw him out of the way. And Crow would come out on this most recent Monday Night Fusion to the ring, calling Bludgeon out, saying he's not going to stand for that shit. And instead of, my phone just vibrated that much, my goodness. Instead of getting Crow, Adams would rush the ring with a steel chair in hand, attacking Crow from behind. Smacking him not once but twice right in the spine. Of course, that cringe, just that cringe you hear when you get it on the skin. It's just disgusting. You know what I'm talking about. But as Adam Adams was looking to finish off Crow, throw him into the corner, he had the chair wedged between the top and middle turnbuckle. Crow would slip out, send Adam Adams headfirst in the turnbuckle, and Bludgeon would then take the opportunity, attacking Crow from behind. And once more, he left Crow virtually untouched and went over to Adams. A big ending face first down onto the chair. It seems as though Bludgeon wants to save whatever he's got in store for Crow when they're in the ring together. And I can confirm now, this Sunday at Emergence, it will be Crow one-on-one with Bludgeon for the CMV Anarchy Championship. Crow telling Bludgeon he's going to get his. Bludgeon sparing Crow, but it could be mind games. We'll see what happens this Sunday. What up, Noah Lou? What's up, Big Noah? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Harvey Hastings out first. Young into his CMV career, has only had 2 matches here. His first was a dark match in which he took a loss to this man, actually, Cameron Harris. Harvey Hastings then captured a sweet victory for himself in a fatal 4-way some weeks ago. Never-ending fatal 4-ways, about an hour long, where he tapped out Gluttony. Cameron Harris finally securing his first televised victory last week, putting down Tyson Cage. And Harris with a pretty big matchup coming his way this Thursday on Reality Wrestling. He takes on the Rising Star champion, Josh Wolf, in a non-title match, but with Wolf heading into his first title defense against Sebastian Vachon on this week's Genesis. We know Wolf needs a victory, but Cameron Harris could use one himself, keep building up on this momentum. This new partnership he's had with Lex Knight these past few weeks after they brutally attacked Freddie Osborne during Cause and Effect. And Josh Wolf, we know, has a lot of respect for Osborne. Looking to get some payback for the White Rabbit, perhaps. You can, Noah, if you would like a call on the show. CommunityUniverse.forummotion.com is our website. You can get a link to it in the chat by typing !join. Once you're there, register and become a part of the community. We got rankings, roster pages, match cards. You can promo as your superstar, all that good stuff. As here comes the Big Russian, Dmitry Nurmagomedov, you'd probably give the advantage to in this type of matchup. Dmitry is a strong man. Just pure muscle. Gotta be nearing, probably, I'd probably put him at a solid 290. Somewhere around there, maybe 280. So it's going to be tough to get up and over the top rope to eliminate, which is, of course, the only way he can be eliminated in this type of matchup. Over the top rope, both feet touching the floor. Good practice for these 6 young men. Is just 1 month away, guys. We begin our road to the 5th annual Ascendance Absolution, the 5th annual Royal Rumble match. 30 men competing for the prize of main eventing Ascendance. Here we go, Jamari Williams out next, the former international champion, current participant in the Cyber Invitational, dead last at 0-4. Jamari has been on a real losing streak these past few months. Was hoping the Invitational would be his chance to, battle back. Unfortunately, it's not looking that way. He has no chance of placing first, but perhaps he could snag second or third. He'll have to win the 3 rest of his matches, though. I believe he still has to take on Tyson Cage. He has to take on Travis King. That'll be a tough one. And he has to take on Fuck a Duck. No, he fought Dan. Who's the other one? My memory is so shit. He has to take on fucking God damn it. There's those 2 and then one more I can't think of right now because I'm dumb. Cop. Hear about John Jones, though? Coming back, fam. Gonna beat Cormier's ass finally. Hopefully he doesn't get hit someone with his car, start doing cocaine again. I'd really like to see him fight. He did face Salvi. He actually fought Salvi most recently on Reality Wrestling last week with a loss, of course. You disgust me, Gumbel. Get lost. I hate you. Crow now with the big news that he'll get a shot at Bludgeon and the Anarchy Championship this Sunday at Emergence. Could really use a win here. And last but not least from this pack is going to be the masked man of mayhem style, Andrew Briggs. That's who he has to face. Jamari Williams still has to take on Tyson Cage, Travis King, and Andrew Briggs. Those are his final 3 invitational matches. If he can win all 3 of those, then he has a chance of, I don't even think he has a chance then, to be honest. Maybe if someone does worse than him. At this point, Jamari is just desperate for a win, period, whether it's invitational or not. Salvi currently sitting at 3-1 in the invitational. He's at second. We'll see Travis King and Sarasi go one-on-one this Sunday at Emergence to see if Sarasi stays in lead or Travis King bumps him out for it. Here we go. 6-man over the top rope. Battle Royal. Only way to be eliminated, being tossed over the top rope with both of your feet touching the floor. You got the newcomers of Harvey Hastings and Cameron Harrison there. Dmitry Nurmagomedov been around since the start of the season. Jamari Williams, a veteran, as is Crow really at this point. I don't know if I call Crow really a veteran, but he's certainly been around the block almost 2 years here in CMV. Let's get to punch off to the side of that super kick by Jamari, gonna floor Crow. I definitely say out of these 6 men, Crow probably needs to win the most. He's the only guy who has a matchup coming his way this Sunday at Emergence, and it's a championship match, Bludgeon for the Anarchy title. Harvey Hastings is put to the outside. Could he be the first man eliminated here? Salvi's trying to make it so. Cameron Harris has Dmitry in trouble up against the ropes with big Russian with the hook to the side of the head. As Jamari gets his back suplex counter. Crow with a Crossbody, Harvey Hastings now working on Salvi. Leg drop by Harris as he tells Dimitri to get the hell up on his feet. Oh my God, sit out powerbomb from the electric chair there by Crow. Bangerang, meanwhile, from the assassin, as he calls himself, Double H, Harvey Hastings. Headbutt misses by Nurmagomedov. Now he's going to eat defeat. Dangerous place to be in a battle royal is up on the top rope. Luckily, it actually paid off that time for Harris, the master of the super kick, as he looks to get Nurmagomedov out of here first, teetering on the ring apron. Yes, Dmitry Nurmagomedov. That was actually my pick I said during the entrance. I thought his strength, his size gave him an advantage, but no, Dmitry, the first man eliminated in this battle royal. Cameron Harris going to celebrate that elimination up on the top, perched. As Salvi now looks to toss Harvey Hastings out second. Will we get another elimination? It's looking like it might be no. Hastings hangs on. Oh, end of days from Salvi as Cameron Harris springboard dropkick to Chris Benoit's ghost. Safest place to be in a battle royal is underneath the ring. Pull that Santino. Cheeky little jab by Harris, going to put him up against the ropes. Harvey Hastings going to try to help him out in eliminating Salvi, who I'd probably say is the biggest threat now that Dmitry Nurmagomedov is gone. Will this partnership pay off? Salvi is teetering. Can they get him over? Yes, Salvi is eliminated. That's surprising. The two powerhouses, the two bigger men eliminated first. Salvi is livid. He is not happy about that. As Jamari Williams now looking to get Crow out of here. The two veterans in the ring. As the two newcomers, their partnership quickly dissolving. Harris and Harvey going at one another. I think Harvey might have been trying for a headshot. That's what he calls his Pele kick, but Harris able to counter it. Ooh, backbreaker, neckbreaker combination as Jamari, a kneeling DDT, connecting to Crow there. 4 men remain. Drop toe hold. Rip Carter. Cameron Harris looking to get Harvey Hastings out here for a third elimination. And he does. The assassin with a nice showing, helping Cameron Harris to eliminate Salvi, but now there are only 3 men remaining. As Harris turns his attentions to J-Dub. Jamari just said, don't bother me. Throws him over the top, but Cameron Harris, well, I don't know what his arm's doing there. That was a little bit weird. Crow coming to break up the party. Front headlock and get some teamwork between he and Harris. Yeah, double, what was that? A double spine buster, it kind of looked like, or Uranagi, I'm not too sure. Jamari Williams looking to fight back. Harris puts him on the ring apron. Harris going to perhaps try to help out Crow here. Maybe just going to sit back and watch. That's a good strategy as well. Let your opponents beat the hell out of one another. And there goes Jamari Williams eliminated. And then there were 2. The newcomer Cameron Harris. And then Crow. Crow with a big title match this Sunday at Emergence, taking on Bludgeon for the Anarchy Championship. Cameron Harris doesn't care about that though. Harris looking to win this thing. Big boost momentum for him. And momentum he most definitely needs. Crow is teetering. There goes Crow. Cameron Harris secures himself the victory for this impromptu battle royal. Probably the guy I was least expecting to win it, but Harris, I think he got 3 eliminations and 4 eliminations in that matchup actually. He eliminated Nurmagomedov. He helped Harvey Hastings eliminate Salvi. He eliminated Hastings himself. And then he just eliminated Crow right there. Strong showing by Cameron Harris, who's starting to whip himself into shape. Nice win for Cameron Harris. And now he heads into Reality Wrestling this Thursday for a big matchup against Josh Wolf. You know, Josh Wolf, who respects Freddie Osborne very much, probably looking for some payback on the behalf of the White Rabbit after what Harris and Knight did to him at Cause and Effect. So Cameron better be ready for that fight. But a victory for Harris in that matchup could see him get a future crack at the Rising Star Championship. Just have to see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you follow me so that you know when I go live, all the past episodes on my YouTube channel, linked on my Twitch info page. And if you would like your call involved with the program, you can check out our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, exclamation point, join in the chat. We'll get you a link to it. All you got to do is register. We got rankings, match cards, rosters. You can promo your superstars, all that good stuff. And old boy Cop right there in the chat will be going live with some intensity in 10 minutes apparently. So if you want to check that out, head on over there. Just click on that name. And I will see you guys on Thursday for some reality wrestling.